The current Vonnegut effect is a synchronicity within an artist's work representing a manifestation of the phenomenon.
In the spring of 2017, a documentary team from Gaia TV revealed the discovery in Nazca, Peru, of 3 non-human, 3-fingered and 3-toed mummies covered in a white coating. The mummified creatures were scanned, x-rayed, photographed, and DNA samples were taken. Among the most extraordinary findings outside of the DNA finding is that one of the small beings has a metallic chest implant and, like a reptile, appears to be carrying 3 eggs. In fact, under the white coating, the skin is green. So none of you media bastards are confused. Yes, today I'm talking about Little Green Men and a whole host of other characters broadcast across the airwaves of America. Welcome to Disclosure 19, Little Green Men. Get the FRAK over it.
You might want to look at some of the biggest pieces of art that have ever come out in humanity.
We love our television shows. And so when Gaia published the discovery of little green beings, it reminded me of the Flintstones and a little green man called the Great Gazoo. It struck me funny that little green beings like the Great Gazoo were not only real, but culturally, we had used the term to denote a nut job talking about flying saucers, to discredit and ridicule. In fact, for anyone who has ever used the phrase, you should consider the delicious irony a gift. The Flintstones themselves are an interesting resonance to the emerging historical truth that there was an advanced stoneworking civilization here on Earth in great antiquity. In other words, the Flintstones are a metaphor for a very real and advanced Stone Age culture. The show ran for 6 seasons on ABC and set a record at the time for the longest-running primetime cartoon until unseated by The Simpsons. My point being that when Tom says we should look at the biggest works of art, this was the biggest work of art of its day. This art says that there was an advanced Stone Age civilization on Earth in great antiquity, something supported by the evidence found around the globe. Interestingly, the episode of The Great Gazoo was included in Watch Mojo's Top 10 Jump the Shark TV show moments.
Number 7. The Great Gazoo, The Flintstones.
Now then, I suppose the usual amenities are in order. I am the Great Gazoo, and I thank you for rescuing me.
'Cause, you know, aliens, cavemen, that whole connection. This pointless addition to the Flintstones' final season appeared in 11 episodes, although no one's sure why. Only seen by Fred, Barney, and the children of the series, this pompous pint-sized spaceman was banished to prehistoric Earth.
My dear fellow, I'm not only undependable, but I'm a bit of a kook. That's why I'm here, remember? I'm being punished.
With him, he brought a storyline about trying to return to his home planet, an arc that was not resolved before the show's cancellation.
Do you think you'll be back? I don't know, Vaughn. Might be better if he wasn't. Look at all the trouble he caused us.
Jump the shark or not, the fact of the matter is Gazoo still has a flourishing position in the marketplace 55 years later, as do the Flintstones. Although Fred and Barney don't exhibit any signs of starting a Gazoolian religion, like most gods of our past, he has a not-so-subtle message that he was here to help the dum-dums. And when I say dum-dums, I mean the dum-dums who were schlepping cigarettes to kids. This next part is my favorite. In an age of male domination, the first episode of The Great Gazoo, broaching the subject of aliens on Earth in great antiquity, was written by a woman named Joanna Lee. Joanna Lee was an actress in the late 1950s who was injured in a car accident in 1961 and turned to writing due to her injuries. Lee's script for The Little Green Man named The Great Gazoo made her the first woman to write a primetime cartoon script in history. So the Flintstones are a record breaker, and the writer herself is a record breaker for the episode. And quite honestly, when it comes to record breaking, Joanna Lee belongs in another category altogether, because she played Tana, the extraterrestrial woman, in the penultimate cult classic by director Ed Wood, Plan 9 from Outer Space. She can claim part ownership of the coveted Golden Turkey Award for the worst film ever made. Another record for our scriptwriter. The plot of the worst film ever, by the way, involved extraterrestrials bringing the dead back to life. Sounds an awful lot like the zombie apocalypse to me, and those who follow my work know how I feel about the zombie apocalypse. The purpose here is to show how art is reflecting reality that we don't yet recognize and understand, like a crop circle. There are many examples researched and recounted by Grant Cameron of the phenomenon influencing musicians and their music. Has the same thing happened to our television shows and movies? I'm not saying shows like the Flintstones are historical canon regarding human history, but I am saying they have a solid resonance in a shared human experience, and that's why we're drawn to them. A subtle influencing hand on the Flintstones may seem like one of the more out-there speculations on the phenomenon that I've made, but there is always one final note for those who dig deep with me. The air date of the episode of The Great Gazoo was October 29, 1965. I've discussed the importance of basic numerology before, and in particular, 11 being the most spiritually connected number. In numerology, we add together groups until we either get a single digit or an 11. 1 1 1 1 1 1. Boom. Seriously, how have you not hit subscribe yet? Shit is way more weird than you know, and this is the cutting edge of disclosure. Like, share, and don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Peace.